G'day everyone, welcome to another episode of Wineback Wednesday, and today I'm looking at a wine from Domaine Lucien Jacob out of Burgundy. It is their 2018 Aligoté. Over the years, Jean-Michel and Christine have made some fantastic wines for the estate, and unfortunately though, for various reasons, they sold the property earlier this year and the business earlier this year to a cousin. Aligoté obviously plays a bit of second fiddle, unfortunately, to Chardonnay, and only accounts for about 6% of the total plantings within Burgundy. It's typically planted sort of down the bottom of the hills, where very deep, vigorous soils, or right at the top of the hills where it's very shallow. They're sort of complete opposite, and so it's probably struggles a little bit. The other section sort of on the hillside, just below the ridges and us out of the vigorous deep soils at the bottom, destined for Chardonnay and Pinot Noir. Obviously, more prized in Burgundy. Obviously, the interest and value of red and white Burgundies over the years has increased, and little Aligoté unfortunately has been left behind a little bit. Aligoté is believed to be a blend of Pinot Noir and Gouais. It was first seen in around the 18th century, and it is used for white wine, as you can see here, but also it is a big contributor to the Crémant de Bourgogne, which is the sparkling wine that the Burgundians make. And another beverage that it is used for is regularly used in the making of cœur, which is the famous French cocktail, aperitif cocktail, which is a blend of crème de menthe and white wine. The beauty with Aligoté, it is really good acidity, and so it really cuts through and makes that, if you serve it really cold with that one, so it's 1 part crème de cassis and 9 parts white wine typically, and obviously depending how you like your flavours, you can obviously increase or decrease that amount of crème de cassis, sorry. So the acidity in it, if you serve it cold, good acidity, really is very refreshing, and it adds to that sort of aperitif nature of the cocktail. This is 100% estate grown, and Lucien Jacob's vineyard is out in the top of the hill, out behind the hill of Courton, just outside of Beaune. So without further ado, I opened it a bit earlier, but it's still nice and cool. Without further ado, I'll give it a crack. So it is really sort of citrus and white flowers. So some sort of citrusy lemon notes and white flowers, but also there's some sort of some straw notes in there. The one sort of it's very similar to sort of really young, low alcohol Semillon in many ways. Get on the palate, lovely acidity, and some citrus notes there. That straw note comes through again. Very long, very focused, really refreshing. Probably, it's a cool day in July today, so probably wasn't the best wine to open in sort of these sort of cool conditions. I'm getting a few goosebumps actually, it's getting a bit cold. But yeah, really long, really fresh, a nice sort of citrus notes, really long. That acidity hangs around, drives, nice flavour. Not overly complex, but just a lovely, refreshing wine, and really good, really enjoyable. So that's it. Thank you for listening. That's a 2018 Domaine Lucien Jacob. It's I have to look for another producer who makes Aligoté, because unfortunately now the business has been sold. This one will be probably one of the last bottles I've got in the cellar. So, but if you're out and about and you see some Aligoté, don't be afraid to give it a crack. It's a refreshing, really light, easy drinking, citrus notes, good acidity, and a wine for many occasions. So thanks for listening. 2018 Domaine Lucien Aligoté. Cheers.